Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Masty Fitness. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I do lifestyle, beauty, and fitness videos. And if you're not new here, welcome back. It is always a beautiful day to be alive. Today I'm gonna be meal prepping for you guys, so continue watching, I guess. The first contender is chicken. Now chicken is my all-time favorite. The only issue with chicken is that it takes so long to defrost. As you guys can see by the end of this video, it never defrosted, so I'm filming me cooking it literally the next day. But yeah, I also have some salmon. Salmon is usually my go-to now because it's so easy to defrost, and shrimp too. But back to salmon, it's super easy. You literally season it, throw it in the oven for like 30 or 40 minutes, and then you can do other stuff in the meantime, which is exactly what I did in this video. But I do have to say, I really do love shrimp. Shrimp is so easy to defrost. Literally, you run it over cold water for maybe about 2 to 5 minutes, and guess what? Very defrost wise. So if you guys want to learn how, I cook, or see how I basically cook my food, I would just say continue watching this video. I feel like I have some helpful tips and some helpful strategies in regards to like cleaning or cooking your food. So continue watching, definitely. I would say I actually got medium uncooked, and I end up using that in the video. So you pick and choose which one you want to use, but I hate the extra small, so I end up using medium cooked instead. Now for next, we do have our veggies. So we have green onions, we have green peppers, we have asparagus. And I do have to say that I love all those things, but I did also forget to mention a few other of my vegetables. So I'll go ahead and show them to you now. I literally use all of these vegetables when I cook whatever I do. So I have green onions. Onions. And honestly, I'm just going to show you guys basically how I cut my onions. So the first thing I do is I actually cut off the part that's not attached to anything so that it can lay down flat. I do keep the other side that's like has a bud basically on, so that I don't have to worry about the onion falling apart as I'm cutting it. Then I just take off the skin. Usually I take out that first skin, which is like a wrapper, and then that first layer of the actual onion. Sometimes I might even take out 2 layers. It all just depends on you. But after I do so, I usually just cut it, especially if I'm just using the whole onion. I'll just cut and cut and cut just downwards so that it penetrates the actual whole physical onion. And as you guys can see, I'm doing that right now. And then I'm flipping it over and I'm doing basically the same thing onto the other side. And you guys will see how the onion bits just easily fall off. Like, look, you guys look how easy that was. So from there, I go in with my knife and I just cut diagonally, and that's how we're left off here. I'm giving you guys an example of basically how I cut off, and it's not diagonally, but it is a vertical. Now I do want to go ahead and let you guys know that I actually will wash all my veggies. So I did it off camera, so you guys wouldn't need to see that. But always clean your vegetables. Like, please, you guys never know what type of pesticides or chemicals they put on your veggies when they're growing them, so definitely always rinse them. But here are the green onions. I usually take off the first layer, and then I cut off the ends and the tops, which are the white parts, and then from there I literally just cut it. And I think they're like a centimeter or an inch. I don't know, it just depends on your preference. These don't really do anything. It's more like an aesthetic. But right now we are cutting up some green onions. Now, as you can see, the top part looked completely different from the rest of the green pepper. And I think that's because it was in the back of my fridge, and I don't know, my fridge was making ice, so I think that's why. But I basically sliced it into pieces that were about a centimeter wide, and then I sliced it even more, and it was like a centimeter by a centimeter basically, and that's just so that they could cook evenly, quicker, and easily, as well as they can cook thoroughly at the same pace. So from there, that's just it, and I'll go ahead and show you guys all my veggies collectively. I was gonna go ahead and use asparagus, but as you guys will see in this video, the chicken never defrosted during this video, and I cooked for about 2 hours. So it's actually time to go ahead and the actual protein, which is the meat. So I'm just showing you guys the labels that I have. First off, we're doing the shrimp. Now, baby boy, my shrimp, my home girl, my home boy, it literally defrosted so quickly under cold water. And right now I'm literally just taking off the tails. I'm used to not eating it with the tails on and not cooking it with the tails on. But if you prefer to leave them on, you definitely can. I've heard that it helps keep flavor, especially when you're grilling them. But right now I'm just going ahead and I'm putting everything on a scale to check the weights. Now on the actual label it said that it was 3 ounces per serving, but I got to do 4 ounces. So I roughly had about 2 servings out of this. And I'm just putting my onion powder, my garlic powder, and my Southwest Chipotle seasoning, as well as black pepper and complete seasoning. And a little seasoning goes a very long way. So feel free to use as little seasoning as you want. And I really love Mrs. Dash salt free because it's salt free, so you can add as much as you want, just not too much. Now we're adding some oil. I used about a tablespoon of oil, and I added green peppers and onions, and then I also added to my minced garlic cloves. And then to end it all, I added some green onions, and then I added the shrimp. The good thing about cooked shrimp is that you don't have to wait for it to cook completely. It already is, so you just need to warm it up. So now off to the salmon, the bad boy, the one that it's so easy to cook because literally you can do other stuff while you're cooking it. So I basically went ahead and I drained it, and then I soaked it in water, and then I basically rinsed it out. So I'm just like rinsing it, and as you guys can see, everything has defrost. I'm showing you guys, except guess what? The chicken. That's why we hate cooking chicken. We love it, but we hate it. Then here is my mixture. It's kind of like a table blend that my brother made of salt, black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, which is really great, and a little goes a long way with this seasoning. And then I also added Southwest Chipotle seasoning, which is salt free. And let me know if you guys want a video of how I make that table blend that I put on the salmon. Now what we're going to go ahead and actually do is prep the pan. I'm using a toaster oven, but if you want to use an actual big oven, go ahead. You can cook a lot more and you can cook it a lot faster, but these are for my people who are on a budget or who are going through a struggle or live on a campus in a canvas dorm. I'm adding some more tablespoon. That probably was about 2. I'm adding some more avocados, my bad. It was about probably 2 tablespoons of it. And then I'm adding more garlic and onion. And then I am adding more olive oil on top to create a nice, juicy, saucy salmon. And we're just gonna basically create an envelope to make sure that the salmon cooks completely throughout. So because of that, I went ahead and I grabbed a bunch of aluminum foil. Sorry about that, guys. And I basically just packaged everything up and I put it in the oven, which you will see me do right now. I preheated the oven to 425. I put it on turbo and I put the timer all the way to 60. For those of you who don't know, my oven is really cool because it not only has a bake mode, it has a turbo mode, which basically cooks everything evenly. And right now I'm checking. This was probably 30 minutes after I put it in the oven, and as you guys can see, it was having a little white cast over it, but I wanted it to cook a little bit more. Now I think in total I left it in there for maybe like 45 to 50 minutes, but I have to say it cooked really great, and it was so juicy and full of flavor. It's in my fridge right now and I'm so excited to eat it for my first day on my 21-day summer shred. Guys, look at that. Look at, well, that one, it didn't want to flip over. It looked like it was about to break, but the other one I'm about to look up, it's cooked evenly and it's seasoned on the bottom and on the top. You guys, look at that. But guess what? We got the chicken, and look at the chicken, y'all. Still not thawed out. But it's okay because we're going to go ahead and start on the cauliflower rice, which is super cool. If you guys are wondering like how much all of this costs, check out my grocery haul where I actually got all of these ingredients. So basically you're supposed to go by servings, and everything was, you're supposed to keep it frozen as well, but like everything was like too frozen. It was all clumped together, so I literally had to hit it to make sure that it would like come out in little bitty pieces. And then I put 2 servings, which 2 servings does not look like a lot, and it's crazy, but it is what it is. I went ahead and I cleaned out the stove as well. Always clean while you're cooking so that you don't have to clean so much afterwards. I kid you not, this cauliflower took so long to make. So long. They say 2 to 3 minutes, but in reality, it took about 10 minutes. I did add, already onion and garlic powder. That's like my go-to seasoning to it. And then it got hot and I basically went ahead and I cooked it. But that's it for the rice. I do want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'ma just keep getting better.